the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN, and the Universe, and the ONN, and the Nightingale Radio International. Slip of tongues. How are you guys doing? I guess you're doing great. It's a beautiful summer-like weather here at the campus of the University of Houston, Texas, United States of America. Just want to quickly run you through the latest updates on what is taking place in Nigeria and what the media in Nigeria represents to the Nigerian people, since independence. So somebody needs to talk about that. There's an area that not many people talk about, but the devastation of what the media is doing in Nigeria is unbelievable. And one of the reasons Nigeria has become so um, difficult to bring together. Yes, sometime at the beginning of the week, one controversial figure, Mr. El-Rufai, two-time, two-time governor of Kaduna State and a one-time ministry of the Federal Capital Territory in Abuja, Nigeria, came to speak. According to him, he said after maybe a year or two, he has stayed away from speaking on national issues. Yeah, this guy is one little man and mouthy, loud, violent, mischievous, subversive element. Yeah, one of those who call themselves northern leaders. They talk more about the north, but they don't talk about Nigeria. So their idea of Nigeria is to come into the mainstream of Nigeria to steal on behalf of a new sovereignty. Their sovereignty looks like a country within the bigger country of Nigeria that has always been in competition and in contention with the bigger Nigeria. So that is one of the reasons Nigeria is where it is right now. If you are joining us, please, um, subscribe to this channel and share our broadcast if you like what we are talking about, and if you're a lover of Nigeria and a Nigerian at heart, a Nigerian who wants the good of Nigeria, will appreciate. And all Africans, I thank all those who take time to join us whenever we come online to speak about issues that are central to what we talk about every day: Nigeria, Africa, the United States, and and the world at large. So, Nasiru El-Rufai was the immediate past governor of Kaduna State in Nigeria. At the termination of his tenure, he made an 11-minute video in which he stated how they brought a criminal, yes, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a drug dealer here, convicted here in the United States. A drug dealer convicted here in the United States. A certificate forger, yes, and an identity thief, yes, with a horrible criminal record here, paired with a terrorist. A terrorist is the rogue vice president of rogue Nigerians, not my Nigeria, not the Nigeria of those who have sense. Yes, we have now a rogue Nigeria, rogue Federal Republic of Nigeria, not the Nigeria that you know. But they beaten down on the people of Nigeria with the armed forces, tribalized and politicized armed forces. People have lost their right to free speech. The media was already bad. They gotten worse. Now they work for this criminal enterprise. So that's why we say that Nigeria right now is a crime scene. All kinds of criminality is taking place. Well, this El-Rufai was on Arise Television as a guest of one Mr. Charles Aniagolu, Arise primetime news producer. And then we went through this hell of interview, partly reacting to the anger He was angry that his rogue man that he helped bring to power, roguely, and inordinately, fraudulently, violently. Hey, Esteban, ETBS Stella, how are you? Stella, okay, nice to see you. Nice to see you here. So he helped him, a criminal, come to power. I don't know what arrangement they had. Then he nominated him for a ministerial position. Along the line, it did not happen because everybody knows that El-Rufai is part of the problems Nigeria has, one of the masterminds of terrorism. Yes, Obadiah Melafia implicated him, and that young man died from Kaduna State. Under him, over 20,000 innocent and defenseless Nigerians lost their lives violently in a nightly raid by his Fulani bandits. Yeah, he's a Fulani man. Yeah, one of those Fulani elites who imported and have been subverting the national security of Nigeria, El-Rufai. So he was not approved to become a minister of the rogue federal government of Nigeria. So he went rogue since then and has been hammering his rogue accomplice. So he brought the show of shame to Arise TV. You see, what has driven them for a very long time, at least as much as I know, since independence, and then beyond independence, what has held them together, their main grandfather, Mr. Usman Danfodio, carried out a violent jihad that destroyed Hausa leaders, their kings, and took over their territories, took over their kingdoms, and subjugated them, made them slaves in their country. Corina, how you doing? Nice to see you. And reduced them to slaves in their own enclave. All right, until they were pushing it until the British came and decided that they wanted to amalgamate their what idea of Northern and Southern Protectorate. That this came in effect in 1914. And the amalgamation treaty was supposed to last for 100 years. And that treaty expired on in 2014, 100 years after. And once that amalgamation treaty expired, Nigeria legally became an illegal country, and required another constitutional conference by Nigerians, yeah, now who have become more conscious to renegotiate the destiny of their country on a new platform. But this elitist rogue Osman Danfodio Fulani would not want it. That was when they started shooting up the country. And one of those implicated in this heinous crime was El-Rufai. Yes, El-Rufai. He allegedly brought Fulani mercenaries from other countries in West Africa to come because they wanted to take Nigeria as their own country and then force their ways on Nigeria. They want that the way to do it was through violence occupation. As we speak, villages in Nigeria are being sacked serially. And these people have done this for a very long time, that they infiltrated and took over the command and control infrastructure of Nigeria's armed forces and all security forces in Nigeria. They are in charge. So they go and work with the mercenaries and then attack villages, remove farmers from their farms, kidnap, rape women, and all that. They are doing that. It is ongoing as we speak. All right, so when this 2023 election came, Nigerians appeared to have become more conscious. They wanted to shift from what has not worked for them for 64 years. But these guys would not have it. They brought a criminal, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes, he paid 500,000 US dollars as restitution for his crime against humanity here on the soil of the United States before he was let go and asked to return to Nigeria. He got to Nigeria, he became a senator and then governor of Lagos State, the most populous state in Nigeria. From there, he took all the money there and put everything in his pocket. He owns more than 1/4 of the entire state of Lagos. Yes, he's in charge of everything. So he amassed all this money and then unleashed when he decided to run for the presidency of Nigeria. He bought the ticket of the APC, a terrorist organization fronting as a political party in Nigeria, and became its presidential candidate. Now, because this elitist Fulani minority, yes, hates people from other places, hate especially the Igbos, they won't allow an Igbo man be president of Nigeria. All right, after they killed them, over 5 million of them, wasted them in a useless genocide that they call civil war. They are responsible for everything that has brought Nigeria on its belly. But they are not satisfied. What they want to do is to take over the entire country, just the same way they did to the Hausa people. So they brought Bola Ahmed Tinubu, used their connection in the army and the armed forces, used their connection in the judiciary, used their connection at the electoral umpire. It was their man, Mahmoud Yakubu, was the INEC chief. They ran the numbers and ran everything upside down. In the dead of night, a result was declared for an election that Bola Ahmed Tinubu lost so woefully. Yes, so to put him in power. And their Sultan of Fulani in Sokoto, came out to blackmail the people of Nigeria, threaten all of us that nothing will stop the installation of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president of Nigeria come May 29, 2023. You know, people were responding and reacting why the election went the way it went, how the server was turned off and the electronic transmissions of results from thousands of polling units never got to the central server. Yes, they are men of darkness. They don't like truth. They don't like justice. They want to always be in charge. So I guess he fell out with the man that they forced on Nigerians. The man that is paired with a terrorist. Yes, I'm talking about Kashim Shettima. He's rogue vice president. He's tied to Boko Haram. Terrorists all over leading Nigeria. The minister of defense of their rogue Nigeria is a terrorist, a bandit, who housed bandit leaders for 8 years in the state house of Zamfara State. And he was buying them operational vehicles to kidnap and kill fellow Nigerians. That is how rotten Nigeria has gotten. So he came here to the Arise television to rant and threaten about 2027. Meanwhile, this young man is from a minority tribe. The population of his tribe in Nigeria is not up to 7 million. So I don't know where is the power, because they have always used the Hausa majority in the north of Nigeria to hold the country down. Now they are falling apart with the Hausa people, because the Hausa people are now beginning to open their eyes about what they have been through with them for 220 years. So it is interesting. I am not a fan of an election in Nigeria, especially 2027. I am still in 2023 as far as politics is concerned in Nigeria, because what happened in 2023 was a treasonous travesty against of justice, and that Nigerians are you always willing to adjust to evil against them appears to have taken in, and they are preparing for another joke, the outcome of which is going to be worse, far worse than what we experienced in 2023. Instead of the people of Nigeria to unite and destroy the system and build a new system and a new platform upon which a new Nigeria will stand, they are adjusting. Now, my question to the people of Nigeria, where is the pathway to what you want for 2027. A man who came from the periphery, bought everything in Nigeria, now put himself as president with the help of these crazy elitist minority Fulanis in power. Now he has a levers of power. Looking at how Nigeria operates, the Nigerian presidency is a dictatorial presidency. They have the country's resources. All right? The other tiers of government don't have anything. The federal government of Nigeria is a Father Christmas government. When they give you, you're all right. If they don't choose not to give you, goodbye to you. So I'm asking my Nigerian people, how do we intend? There was an interruption there. So the question for Nigerians is, where's your pathway? The media is not helping matters. The media in Nigeria is so corrupt, mainstream media is so corrupt and divisive. 90% of the time he spent at Arise Television, he spoke only, mainly of the North. The North. The North. He never spoke anything about Nigeria. He was constantly threatening action from the North. How unhappy the North is. Who is happy with the terrorists that they brought to power? Nobody anywhere in Nigeria is happy with him. We want him out, but it's not an action that one section of Nigeria will take. Then it will not be an action. So they don't understand the concept of a nation. They don't understand the concept of citizenship. All they see is they're so selfish, because it is only from that northern angle, obnoxious northern, with this hammer and daggers and AK-47 from the north. So this is why we are telling them that we are not going to accept their nonsense anymore. So we are telling them that Nigeria is Nigeria and not the North. Nigeria is Nigeria, a sovereign entity. It's either they respect Nigeria or they go and build their own country. So it's no deal, but they don't understand no deal. They are quick to understand violence. When it's violence, Nigeria is violent. Nigeria is being described, yes, you know, with which the eyes within the rest of the world sees Nigeria. They are the violent ones. Yeah, they are the violent ones. So that is why the media guy that was interviewing him was, so the media hey, come on.
Don't say you're here until you're right here.
You're on air.
Oh, well, good. They need to know.
All right. Tell them say hi. Yes. So the media in Nigeria is a big problem. So for the 90 minutes or more that he was there, he was talking about the North. And this, my friend Charles Anyogolu, kept on validating this foolishness. We are talking about one country, and you are telling us about the interest of the North. Yeah, that is how in Nigeria they validate this nonsense. They allow divisive elements to propagate evil that Nigerians in their millions watch on daily basis. So I'm going to have to organize a workshop for the media practitioners in Nigeria to teach them about patriotism and nationalism. They lack it. I don't know why they do what they do to keep Nigeria divided. Yes, they validate the nonsense. I was so disgusted and so sad, even as I am working hard day and night to create platforms and speak to Nigerians as one entity. Some national televisions, yes, national television stations in Nigeria are creating programs that divide the people. Well, I thought I shared this with you guys. I will see you in my next broadcast. Have a good day and think about it. Share, like, comment, and let's share your perspective. Bye for now.